Yep, we are live. Here we go. So this is Natural Sentient Podcast, and tonight I welcome great guest as usual that was on my channel already multiple times. Jay Skyrunner, a healer, qigong master, coach. What else? Like it's really great work that you do. You have your YouTube channel as well. You're host of a YouTube channel, Celestial Light,
Yeah.
which I actually put to the description of the video. So welcome again. I'm really happy to have you on.
Yes, it's been a while. I haven't been doing much podcasts, but yeah, thank you for having me on. It's great to have another chat again. We're just going to chat and see what we end up talking about, like always. Nothing
Yeah,
pre-planned, you know what I mean? It's best to bring things in from the unknown, I find.
yeah. I also like this free flow. Whatever comes through, you can mention like, for example, like what's going on in that part of your hologram or the part
Yeah.
of the universe.
Well, when we don't know what the hell we're talking about, we're bringing the unseen. We're bringing the unseen into the seen world, right?
Always.
We're not connecting to books and other people's teachings that can corrupt our thought systems. We're bringing in our own sacred neutral point of view information because it's not taught. It's coming us at the in the here and now in the spare of the moment, right? It's almost like playing music. That kind of thing happens with that at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Downloading and just playing it out.
Mm-hmm.
This,
Exactly.
what's the best on it? Like I know that it's good to have some topics, at least keywords, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
which we have actually. Some
Yeah.
updates, some new experiences, like what showed up for you lately, and stuff like that. And of course, as well, if you want um, readings, healing, that's possible. Let us know in the comments. Yeah. So I was just
Can do
experimenting
all
a
that.
little bit with the background. So yeah, here is the PayPal. Oops, dude. All right. So it's like, oops. On the other side is just the logo. So I started to use recently. Thank you, Julia, for helping me hand. Julia and Corhaven. So yeah, what's up new with you in your universe, and which kind of experiences you encountered, and entities as well, because I know that you're like pretty open channels. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like trying to think where would I start at a lower level that don't make me sound completely insane, right? And a lot of the information I come out, that's why I don't do a lot of shows because I don't know how to present this yet. Because when I'm getting information coming in, it's a lot of it goes against the grain, right?
Yeah.
I'm connecting to my past life self with these other entities that never come back to Earth. It's weird. They're kind of locked out, right? So we're trying to connect with a lot of this. I'll say ancient, a lot of ancient stuff that was most of ourselves were there, but they were getting very spiritual, hypnotized because we forget who we are. We're getting tidbits of information, and we take that as solid truths when a lot of it's not. So I'm looking at a lot of things from outside the construct that goes against a lot of stuff, like big time. So I got to try to slowly introduce that in. I don't really care, you know what I mean? Like I don't. That's why I don't go on shows. I don't need to go on shows and talk about this. It's for myself, and you know what I mean. I'll slowly start putting my own YouTube videos for people to use this information to help themselves. But I don't need to put that out there on the grand scale. Like I don't have to. Like if I would, but it's like I talk to people privately a lot, and like, people resonate with what I'm doing. So it's helping them. It's great, but it goes against how am I gonna say this? It goes against the whole disclosure shit that's going on because a lot of it's like huge spiritual psyops or But like told me it was covert and overt operations. Like, and a lot of people, people resonate with a lot of the messages that are coming out, which in disclosure, because everyone wants to hear about the aliens and stuff that's going on, and it's kind of
Yeah.
keeping them degressed, you know what I mean, or regressed even, because they don't want us to know what we really are. And that's always been my message forever, is we got to remember who and what we really are and what we came here for. And the programming in the whole disclosure is really working on keeping people down. You know what I mean? I see it a lot of times. I see it in the comments. I see it on Rob's channel. I see it on everywhere I look, and I'm like, it's so easy to call it spiritual bypass that. It's not even spiritual. Like on the other side, they're saying we're more real than we are here. They don't even want to use that word spiritual, and I said that a lot before. It's weird. I get so much information like downloaded. Like before I went on the show, I got like 40 million years of information in like 2 seconds. I was like, okay,
Wow. Okay.
maybe if we start talking, it will start coming back. But yeah, that's why I don't do a lot of shows now, because I'm like, people get mad. Same as when New Age came out. I used to go to in-person group meetings in my town, and it went against what they were saying, and they would get mad at me for what I said. And now it's now it's getting this way here, because people are like, I don't even call it qigong anymore. So I'm not calling other systems down, because I even dropped what I do, what I learned. I dropped it all to this wayside, right? If there's things that resonate with people and out of systems of healing modalities that you learn, take it with you, turn it into your own. But it shouldn't be a system, because whenever you learn a system, you're learning something that's outside of yourself.
Yes.
Because we all have it in ourselves. We don't even need a system. All the self-healing is inside ourselves, and it's very easy. And I've been trying to teach that. And even though I use qigong because it's a word, but I want to drop it all together. That's why I call it celestial light now, right? Like, call it whatever. You can just call it, I healed myself. You can call it SpongeBob SquarePants if you want to, right? Like,
No, come on. I love that name, Celestial Light. Really, it's so spot on.
Yeah, you can make up whatever name you want for it. It's not a system. But people buy into things that sounds cool. Like,
Yeah.
Since the 90s, when New Age first got popular and YouTube come out, like, there ain't no art turning and healing system that you got to pay $300 to learn. Like, that is utter complete bullshit. There is no such thing. And
marketing hard, I mean, about the spiritual, modalities. I think it's so exaggerated.
Yeah, well, we're all here because we come here to be healers. And it's inside us all. It's inside our DNA. It's inside our codes. And we were the great healers of the past, right? We were the ancient dragons. We were everything. We were the primordial gods. Nothing new under the sun, right? That's why I say all the people get so involved in ancient texts. They're studying it all, and they go on shows and kind of put their own spin on it and make it their own. Then people argue about it. I'm like, none of that even matters. It's not. That was then. That's old text from then. We are in now. Right now, we are writing our own script. We are writing our own script every day. Every morning we get up. We're writing our script, right? That's why I was trying to get stuff out there, like doing the morning activations, the self-work, before morning noise, before the chaos of the world comes in. So we become, because when you first wake up, you're still connected to the other side, dreamtime societies, astral realm. If we wake up in the morning and do the self-work, I've been doing it, and it's funny because now I'm navigating this matrix. People think it's a shitty matrix, want to leave. I'm like, okay, I don't kind of know how to navigate this shit now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So once you start doing that, you can function in it. Like, it drives some people. You can go kind of crazy getting information, but I look at everything now. I was like, oh, okay, that's why that's happening. But I'll go through my daily life because that's what I'm here for. I can't like play victim and whatever to it. If it's good or bad, whatever happens, take it with a grain of salt and just move on, because tomorrow's another day. You're gonna wake up and as another day of coming to Dreamtime Society, sue yourself and not know who you are. But the more we start accepting and realizing and observing, like being the watcher, you can see things shift pretty pretty quick, right?
Yeah,
Like I'm not gonna like
that's right.
I'm gonna
It's
go.
the
We'll talk about
shift.
lots of different things today. I'm going back to the text and stuff that people are getting into. It doesn't matter right now. Like, why are people arguing on it? Why they think that's their truth, or what? Oh, so some person wrote this, so they are gods, or that person wrote this, so they are like. It's pretty funny because I'm accessing all of them at the moment. Like, I had to put my sweater on before we come on the show because when it's hot here, like when I start going to access some things, I start getting cold when all the other entities are starting to come in. So I know that they're kind of here right now. Well, they're here every day, but they might allow me to pick up information. I don't know yet because it's so sporadic, right? Like I could be on my way to work and I said download like another 40 million years. Well, 40 million years that's to outside of here is nothing because it don't exist, right? But it could be like 2 seconds of the Orion Wars. You know what I mean? Like, but to us it seems like 40 million years of Earth time, Father time, kind of time signatures. Okay, I went on a big rant, so I'll shut up for a minute.
That's actually great what you said, and so accurate. Because now, really, people like to listen. Certain things. Just certain narrative. There's the group that goes really. Oh, they're not ready to listen. Something that is outside of the box. Sometimes, you can trigger them very easily. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying ancient text is bad because some people have soul family from those texts, right? And it does trigger them, like what you said. They could read those, and that would spark an interest, and remembering themselves because they were there. At the same time, they're not there now; they're here with us in this timeline. But yeah, like certain things, that's why people resonate it with it. But they got to realize that that's not the end. That's not the one and all truth. Because I
That's
resonate with
right.
a lot of things that I kind of drop now that I talked about. I go back to old shows. I'm like, oh, well, shit, what in the hell was I talking about? Because I was kind of, but I weren't wrong. It was not the all, you know what I mean? But it was had to go outside of that too myself.
Yeah, we got to really acknowledge or understand that we are powerful. We can heal ourselves. This body has, ability to heal itself. That we are our own medicine. That we have that ability each.
We are.
Mm,
When we created ourselves, we put the gates and portals in this body, right? Like whether or not we're not, people say star seeds, we're more like soul seeds. We're not really star seeds. We didn't really come from those places, even though we had past experiences there. We had past experiences before that because we're 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 infinite, not finite. So really, we
yeah,
come from back
really
when
a
we first
lot.
separate. Yeah, when we first separated from Source,
Oh yeah,
we
we're
were a
really
lot.
far
We were
away from the source. It's
yeah, we were a
dense.
lot of things since then. Like we weren't just Andromedans, Pleiadians. We were primordial gods. We were this, we were that. We come from the darkness. We were, you know what I mean? Coming from the darkness before the world creation. We were there too. I can get into that. I've been accessing that a lot lately.
Yeah, we've been everywhere. So what is showing up for you?
Yeah,
Um,
that's what Mahara Shell says. We are never ending. That is it. We are the never ending story. We are the
yeah,
never ending
we feel
story.
it.
It's pretty
We
funny.
feel it.
No, that's freaking true. That they
Energy
spark more
experiencing is.
memories.
Mm,
But there's no beings higher than us. That's the thing. People always say, "Oh, the higher beings, the higher beings." We're only out here because we agreed to come to the outer limbs of the galaxy to be the furthest away from source.
yeah, sometimes it's like this face bulb, like how is this possible?
Yeah, but a
Yeah,
lot of the beings that were, you know, what I mean, if we want to be separate, and source said, "Boom, we go be separate," then, and I had to.
that's
I'll
just
get
illusion.
I'll get that in that minute. Something just come to me. I got to think of that. So we're in the outer limbs of, well, I'll just say galaxy. Then ones that were closer to source, they thought they were higher beings, right? But they're not really higher. They're the same as us. We just, and they know that. I think, what was I getting back to? I don't know. I have all these weird memories of shit like that, right? Like we'll get into that in a minute. Some of it sounds like craziness, but it's not. Like I have memories of being with Yahweh, and he planted plutonium in the earth, waiting for us to find it to create nuclear bombs, right? Like,
Oh my gosh! Wow.
and a lot of these beings, we were with them, like like I was trying to think back. We might have talked about this last show. I'm not sure. Anyone else watching it now, but might not have. But like, I had this fairy woman peeking behind my fridge at me one time. She ended up. They'll appear to us as fairies and stuff, but actually it could be like our sister from back in Mount Olympus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Because I was picturing us all wearing like the gold armory, like the gold plates and shit on our head and the white robes, and we were all those at one point. Then we decided that we're like, okay, we'll go down, and this is like another weird way of thinking about it, but I was shown this, so I'll talk about it. So we would decide to descend from like Mount Olympus or wherever and come down here and have experience on Earth.
You know, there's Mount Olympus in Turkey.
Yeah, and a lot of all the people here, we look down like we weren't really gods. I was there with them. They were all us as like aspects and altars or whatever you want to call it, right? And we would decide to come down and have that experience. Yeah. And sometimes we have a lot of bad experiences and bad entities, and it could be like our freaking brothers bugging us, saying we're trying to torment that guy while he's down there to see if it wakes up or not. Then sometimes when we go back to the other side, we'll be back to being those godlike selves, and we're back there. Then they're like, that could go back to the life for you. Like, you remember that? Remember when you thought that was like an evil demon or whatever? That was us. We were just like fucking with you in that game, right?
Yeah, that's why some memories can be very unpleasant, you know.
And I've seen it as that way, like as many times. So I don't know. Like, people don't listen to me and think that's, you know what I mean? I would never say that's what it is, but I experienced it that way many times. Then I got memories of being like as what we were, like I just said, as those gods, and then us not knowing what was above us either.
Mm-hmm.
But we lived a lot longer. We didn't have only 100 years to live and worry about it. We had like 5,000 years to try to figure it out.
Wow, that's nothing, you know. Concerning the size,
same as us, the original human blueprint, we could live forever in these bodies, right?
Yeah, that's unlocking and activating.
I'm not going to say they like a lot of people say, oh, they digress as they, like, who in the fuck are they? You know what I mean? But there is something out there. I know that. I don't even know who they are, but we can activate it again. That's the thing. It's easy to, well, it's not easy. We got to activate it together. You can't just you know what I mean? There's people on podcasts because they want to be podcast famous, claiming to have all these powers. Like, no one has powers. Like, whoever's on a show saying they have all these powers, unless you can fly in front of me, move things, we don't have powers. Those powers are there. They're there, meant for us to activate. There will be. I've seen a futurist vision of this. There will be people that's going to activate them that are not into this, don't even know. So they're going to be like, you know what I mean? It's going to randomly happen to a person that's completely shut down, can't remember themselves, but they were very important people, like all of us in the past, but their memory is going to come into them.
Yeah,
it's going to happen. And I was seeing one time, this is just like a crazy, like, because I see a lot of future timeline events. It was going to be like a teenager that flies. Then when the world sees that, it was going to activate the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but you know what I'm saying? To me, they weren't like dreams. I went to them many times. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's what I've been shown many times, right?
They better speed up because we need really more awakened people, you know, awake and aware, literally.
Yeah, and yeah, I just want to tell people, don't hold anyone in high regard over themselves, right? Because everyone's answers ain't the same, so. But it's hard, you know. Like, a lot of people are waking up to this stuff. It's the same as myself and yourself. Like, we always want more answers, right? So it's.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, it's like a lot of people are getting down about it, right? So enjoy the day that you have. Get up. I'm actually enjoying work now because this stuff is making me enjoy the day better. Like, okay, I'm here. I'm not going to say, oh, I have to go to a shitty job. Okay, I'm going to go to work so I can pay my bills, pay my rent. Then I'm still going to enjoy my off time. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to play music. I'm going to drink beer if I want to, which I'm having like 2 for this show. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to think bad about anything I do because tomorrow's a new day, and a new day, and a new day, and a new day. The more we do that, I said people can watch their lives transform in 7 days with us, with a thought process. Same as you saying, we're all healers. It is. You don't need to learn modalities and spend much money. The easiest process is to wake up in the morning and say, my body knows how to heal itself. And it's done. Yep. Your cells listen. Your cells listen to your own voice, your own thoughts.
They listen. Yes, exactly. And
then if you say that to yourself every day, you're going to heal yourself. You don't need to study stuff and try to remember shit. Like, because there is a, like, I don't even want to say this on TV because people get mad at me because I got friends that do it all. But when you're doing things like Reiki, you're installing like ancient draconian sigils upon yourself, right? Even though it'll heal you, even though it'll heal you here, it's working on 4th and 5th layer of, whatever bodies that we have outside of ourselves, like within our realm. But you can use your mind and trick that. That's not bad for you too. You can say, okay, I'm going to use this as surface level healing for what immediately I need, but eventually you don't need none of that, right? You don't need that. You don't need qigong. You don't need any of it. You just need your innate self, because we all have an innate DNA smart body that's been with us ever since we broke away from source. That's why DNA is important. I picture it as like a, I don't know, electrical system inside of ourselves that has access to all of our akashic records from here and other planets and other universes. Because Akashic records ain't only here. You know what I mean? Every other star system, every planet, we might have been a planet. I've been seeing a lot of us, we didn't want to be a planet no more. So okay, let's go to Earth, help Earth game, help the womb chakra of the galaxy ascend the shit that's been going on for a while. So we'll leave our consciousness, go back out into the flora. Some of us didn't, a lot of us didn't want us to incarnate here, right? If we want to go back to the trap system was there. And that's a whole other 2-hour show we can talk about. But way I've been out there seeing it, because I'll leave my body and go, and like a lot of memories of my out of bodies is out there, right? Like outside the construct. With the beings outside the construct.
More time to soul trap and stuff like that, if you want.
Yeah, it's not everyone now. Everyone's playing victimized to it. There's no soul trap unless you want there to be one. Right?
Yeah, I believe, we can work it out, but everything needs time.
Well, we do it to ourselves.
Yeah, it's all for us.
And the controllers of here, the more that we read these ancient texts, that there's archons and there's soul trap, blah 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 blah, we die. We're gonna create that upon ourselves through fear.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's not really there. It's not really there.
Where your attention goes, your energy flows. That's always the thing. And
we are creating that. I said this one time, and people were like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "We created the archons, okay? Us, we did.
Never. We are now
we created them. People didn't even know about the soul trap in that until the 1950s, right? When people said, "Oh, we found this old text." A lot of these old texts, where I'm seeing it through timeline wars, with ancient Lemurian Atlantis timeline wars, they're trying to keep a lot of us here because they're fighting back and forth of who thinks right or wrong. They were time travel texts back in here to make us think that was ancient text and truth. They were installed here.
Yeah.
Right? Installed in our timeline. And it's not true. It's not true. And now we think, oh, well, that's the way it is. Okay. They want us to think, oh, we want to escape the soul. That's what they're putting on us. That's what I'm seeing the community and people. Right? We want to exit the soul trap and blah, 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 never come back here. And it's all installed. That's like shit on us that keeping people dumbed down. It never was there. We created it ourselves. So because we forget who we are, right? Now we come here, we read all this and think that's our absolute truth. Then it creates fear. Then we go to the other side. Then, we'll go to the false light and get kicked in the ass and sent back as a baby again. But we created that ourselves.
Yeah, I believe we everywhere are versions, on both sides.
Well, we don't have. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I believe that. Yeah, we
So
created a
that's
lot
what
of
makes me mad when people think that we're stuck in
now.
this system. Like, no, we're not stuck in this system. We created it ourselves. Like, now we tell people
Mm,
we chose here. Everyone's, oh, I want to leave this planet, never come back. No, we chose here to experience all that we are not. Right?
yeah, and we
And to
created
wake up
our
together
life.
to we're not gonna we're not supposed to leave Earth and say I'm going back where the fuck we come from, because we never come from there in the first place. We all come from source. We come here to heal galactic trauma of Earth, right? That's why we're here, to bring it back to what
Yeah,
back to
that
the Earth's womb chakra of what it was, to create the old system, right? The old
it's
system
time.
back, where because we're supposed to have intergalactic trade of soul family sharing, consciousness exploration before any hijack. And I'm not even going to get into that, because then I just create a false belief of what I got, right? So I'm not going to talk about that anymore tonight. But that's the stuff I get a lot of times in my downloads in 2 seconds, like when I'm saying out for a smoke, and I'm like, okay, oh, what's that? But it's all part of the game, right? But I'm getting a lot of I think as my truth is how to escape it. When I say escape it, it's not escaping the soul trap. Like I
Just
just I would be contradicting myself. It's how to escape the mind thinking. Is how to escape the finite mind, right?
mind, yeah, is trying to
It's how to escape
escape
the
the
finite mind
system.
of it, right? So, because really
So yeah, we
we can go
have Jim.
anywhere in a consciousness.
Jim.
So
We
I'm like,
have
how the
Mia here, so just Mahira. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Just to interrupt you, um, when we have this conversation, like we have a question, you know, like if we can all get to be each other, like why there is so many people they believe they are in Jesus, Cleopatra, and stuff like that.
yeah,
There's like, what do you think about that?
nothing new under the sun. we are those, right? I don't want to get into so much of the galactic history, because I don't want to. I get well. I'll talk about some stuff, but a lot of it I don't want to be like allowing other thought constructs to come in my mind of stuff that I read before. So I try not to do that, because I'll be creating my own other person's version, right? But I'm getting when I try. Okay, if I get information right now about it. Yeah, it's we are all them. we are all them, and that's still going on now too, right? So
Yeah, we
since
know.
we are gods ourselves, we'll split off our own soul shards out and become physical. Can become physical, right? So
And
the same as
like,
okay. There is from I got now. A lot of people are like talking about spirit guides and stuff, angels, and uh, okay. There's a few here right now. uh, People want to say, okay, I want to talk to my spirit guide right now and demand it. They're like, they could be doing their own thing. They're like, shut the fuck up. Wait, you know what I mean? Like, we're not here at your command. So what happens is we allow, if we're trying to force doing readings for people or force anything, we'll get the, I call it lesser spirit guides, the ones that come in and be imposters.
yeah, I see it like from observing and from what I think, if this is like a simulation, like Matrix,
Mm.
then it's like a program. It can be one of the running programs. That you feel like, okay, you identify with whoever. It's like a collective consciousness.
Yeah,
But I
there's
think
a,
Matrix program just as religion, and other stuff with respect for out there everyone that that is believer religious, but I believe it's a program, some sort of program. So that's just my
well,
part.
yeah. So Maya's here. Thanks, Maya, for joining in.
Yeah, Heather is here as well, so
Maya says
welcome.
she wouldn't want to try to embody the entire energy of Yeshua. Well, but we are all embodying that power right now, except for we're allowing it to come out as, because we're creating our own false matrix upon ourselves. So our thought forms.
Hmm.
We're creating our own demons, right? That's where the word comes. Your own demon. We're creating them all. I created a lot of mine. I've been talking about demons a lot, and I quit talking about it because people are like, "Oh, you're talking to demons." I'm like, "Well, yeah, they're a creation from source, just the same as anything else, right?" And they're around us all the time. The only difference is that I see them all the time. So I'm like, "Oh, hey, there you are." Oh yeah, talk about entities. So we'll talk about that tonight. Man, we have a lot of them that we don't see. Like every regular person don't see them, but now people are starting to see them, like orbs or lights, and people will see a blue orb, like, "Oh my god, that's Arcturian." Like, no, these things been around us all the time. It could be what we consider ET, could be an angel, passed on loved one, a vampire, a werewolf, just
Yeah.
everything on the other side that we can't perceive, right? It'll just show up as whatever the light spectrum
Yeah.
is. An orb could be 100 different entities that we don't know at any given time, right? Or a shadow being. People associate it with, "Oh, a shadow being's a bad being." Like, no, not necessarily. We're just way our mind is right now. We'll see it as a shadow being. It could be an
Not
archangel. No,
all
it
beings.
could be an archangel, but people say, "Oh, it's a shadow being. It's bad." Like, no,
Yeah.
it's how we processing that thought ourselves. They're around
That's
us all the time. Like,
the survival mind, that survival mind that is always defensive, that everyone wants to harm us. And
yeah,
they're actually showing it in movies. It's like this predictive programming that we are being invaded, whatever, they're just showing this negative aspect of it.
it is showing in movies. Like when I
Yeah, but
get chills, I get chills
they are
watching
not
stuff like
all
stuff I
malevolent.
never seen before. Like I'll watch. I'm getting into series now, like Heroes and Shadow Hunters and different ones, right? I'm like, I'll get chills, like, "Oh my god, that's the shit I've been talking about forever," and like, or else I've been there. Like it's like, yeah, it's interesting how that works, but
Hi, Jason. Yeah, this is really nice. Mia wrote fractals of something bigger we cannot perceive
oh
is
shit,
I've been
shit.
working.
Uh,
Hmm?
yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff lately. So anyway, the
Yeah.
entity things, I'll be
Well,
talking to them a lot, right? I can't remember them all because a lot of it's like personal to myself, but I'll have what other people would consider demons because we were them too. Like I said, nothing new under the sun. And actually, a lot of entities that we,
no, actually.
a lot of,
Yeah.
well, a lot of, yeah, I don't know if I know, and may talk about that after. No, I forget what I was talking about. That happens a lot. It was like sporadic information. Oh yeah, the entities.
Yeah,
I had
entities.
another entity attack a few weeks ago. First time in a long time. I'm not. I don't want to say what happened because I just don't want to put that out publicly. But I
Mm.
jumped up and I was pissed right off. I was like,
Share what you want to share,
I jumped up and I was like, "Okay, motherfucker, come back again." Like, you know what I mean? I jumped up in my astral body and I was like pissed right off. Like, I allowed that to happen because
That's really like something
we,
that
we
you're good at, astral travel. I think that's like you're really good at astral travel.
it's sporadic.
Like,
I can't do it. I can't do it all the time. Just or out of bodies. Astral travel and out of bodies, two different things. But out of bodies is more of when you get attacks, right? Because
mm,
your body's laying there and you're just separated from your consciousness left. Sometimes we go out of body and we just don't know because we're sleeping, right? Our minds are shut off. We don't actually wake up. But we're out doing things. That's why we bring memories back. That's when you can have, I call it 3D entity attacks that can happen then, right? It's hard because I allow it to happen to myself too, so I don't really know how to stop it, but I get really pissed off when it happens because I'm not scared about it and go on shows. "Oh my god, I'm attacked. I'm attacked." I'm like, okay, motherfuckers, we're all stronger. We're stronger than them, right? We're stronger than this. They see that as weakness. "Oh, that guy's sleeping out traveling. Let's do that and see if we can bring his energy down or be an attachment or whatever." Like that's why I said earlier. It's so easy to heal yourself. It's so easy to get rid of those fucking things too. Because that's what I say. I'll be like, if I'm doing something during the day and I'm like, "Oh, okay, hey, don't know who you are," but shadow being walks by. I don't focus on it. I'm like, we can't see it. They're not telling me who they are, or so I just like brush it off with a grain of salt. But I see them all the time, right? And it depends on certain. If I'm sitting outside and eating 4 grams of mushrooms, I can start talking to them. That's another weird thing. I get kicked out of mushroom land there one time because they're like, they get pissed off. They don't want us accessing them realms because they consider us as unclean. You know what I mean? Like
mm-hmm.
we got our
Oh,
own shit. We got our own shit to clear ourselves here. Like It's like if you have your own house, are you going to open it up to every human to walk in? Like, no.
Well, makes sense.
Because we got homeless people, we got drug addicts, we got people on the streets, we got people that
Oh
believe
yeah.
this, people that. I would not open my house to allow everyone in, and that's the way these other spiritual, I'll say higher, they're not higher, but these other spiritual realms, like they're trying to teach people how to come into their house, but they're not going to open the doors and let everyone come in, right?
Very
Because
good
we
point.
are we are unclean, and I'm trying to learn how to fix myself as well.
That's
Like
why.
the last few weekends, the more I'm accessing, is the more I am going on weekend benders and drinking because that was stupid. But Islam, at the time, it allows me to access it. But I'm talking to, the body eating spirits. But everything to me is accessing something outside of here, so I'm interested in it all. But I gotta like, no, not do that, right? Because we, I don't know, what do we do here? Same as I was talking to a friend of mine, he was like, well, it doesn't really matter what we do here, but it does because we are a soul inside our body, and we want our bodies to be more clean to access the higher realms, right? So we do stay secular in a sense. In a sense, we do, but in a sense, we don't. It's all our mind, really. Like, but the more you do stuff like that, the more it affects your mind, right? And that's why a lot of people that, yeah, fairies don't like us
Yeah.
stumbling around on the work. Fairies hate us actually because they do. Fairies ain't just what. Okay, I'm glad you said that, Tennessee. That's what I mean. I can't remember. I don't know what to talk about in shows, but that just sparked a thing that happened to me yesterday or 2 days ago. I don't know if it was like a dream or whatever, but sometimes they teach us in dreams too, right? Because dreamtime realities are more real than here too. Because that's why a lot of people sleep and go back to the same dream or different things like that. We get hijacked. I never got hijacked dream before until the other day. Because they do that, but uh fairies. Yeah, they were showing me that they're not just these little things that fly around like Peter Pan. Like they're actually bigger than us, almost like giants. This is weird, but like I say, it could be a dream. They're they're basically the creators of the trees and all that stuff, and they're really pissed off at us for destroying the forest. Like if people say, "Oh, I seen a fairy," blah blah blah. No, if we've seen a real fairy, they might come and cut our heads off with a sword because they really don't want us doing what we've been doing to Earth for so long, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a lot of
That's why I
just
said I had a fairy woman peeking behind the fridge. Like she was like my primordial god sister, but she come here as a fairy, and we're here as we could be them too, right? But when we're here as our forgetting. So I'm just looking over there because they always trying to give me the information there right now. Yeah,
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't
They
want
just
us. They
us.
because we're cutting the woods down, we're cutting the trees down. It ain't like a lot of it ain't us, but as a human species, poison the water, poison the air. Like we know
Oh
what the
yeah,
wheats are doing to us.
pollution of Mother Earth. Yes, in all of the elements. Yeah, I mean, we get
Yeah,
to a lot of work here. So I'm not surprised actually that they hate us or they just
I seen the dark. I seen like my stuff with the dark tricksters and all that. I seen all them, and yeah, but yeah, I kind of surpassed them on outside of here. I don't know how to talk about that, so I can't talk about that tonight. But I surpassed the giant spiders, the evil shit up the real tree of life, the tricksters, the jesters, the jokers, and it's enough to drive anyone insane. It's scary, but it's not really scary because we've seen all that stuff in movies before. Like they almost show themselves to you as what you would think would be scary, right? But I was kind of when
Yeah.
I'm in that state, I'm just kind of like, oh hey, okay, that's a good one. You're trying to freak me out or something, and I kind of went out. They were showing me this construct is built out of like organic worms and shit. Like I don't know, but I went to that a lot, and I seen this like ancient, not ancient, a drag. Maya knows what to talk about the dragon stories, but I seen that again. So I'm like, no, this time when I went past it, there is a somehow within. I see our Earth and everything's in this construct of cylinders. We are out there as primordial gods, but it's all in a containment system. It not it weren't built to be a bad thing, right? That's all I got to say about that. It weren't built to be a trap system that we think we got to get out of. We're like, okay, let's go down there and play. Because I went back to outside of the construct. to real space was. Then outside of there was back to another angelic realms that were like angels. There was babies with wings, and we were walking around. There was mountains and rivers and streams, and we could look at all the worlds that we created, and we get bored and say, okay, well, who wants to go in and play that one? Right? So we'd go in ourselves, or go into someone else would invite you in their game. We could say a game into another world of creation. Like, say you built one, and Maya built one, and I built one. And I could say, okay, this time I'm going to go into hers, where I'm not going to have any soul family remembrance of mine. So I'm going over there, and we go there, we meet people, we mate, we have kids, and whatever their species is, and we bring DNA, soul, wisdom back into ourselves before we exit. And maybe I'll go to yours next time. That was kind of the original plan of first creation, right? Create worlds. And once we have enough experience here, good or bad, and even the bad ones could be your brother or sister, right? Once we gain enough experience in that, then we can say, okay, we are going to go and create our own planet and become the consciousness of a planet. And we'll start a new blank state akashic record planet to invite new souls in to have an experience with. And we can take the consciousness of that planet, same as Gaia here. But, we still always have a chance to come back to Earth as the galactic seed planet to have experiences and come back to and visit and all that stuff.
That's why we are here.
It is, yeah. The hijacking ain't as bad as what people think it is. It's there. We got to get the fuck rid of it. But it's only us through unity consciousness that's going to do it.
It's like just so much work, and I'm like worried that this is not just for one lifetime.
It's not. We don't have to do a lot of work either. Like I say, we have to do the work. We have to do the self work.
Yeah, we start with ourselves.
If we do our own self work for our own personal journey and healing, it's gonna affect the whole thing on the grand scale, right? We don't have to think outside ourselves. We don't have to think of, I got to meditate, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that. We don't have to do any of it. It's like if we can actually enjoy the experience we have here, the so-called elites, the so-called bad guys, they won't have no power on us. So if you go through every day like that, it's like I tell people that's not even know what we know, it's like turn the fucking TV off, like turn the news off, and
yeah,
because we know they're doing bad things, but don't pay attention. Paying attention is paying your tension. We're under tension. We're putting a cosmic. It's like a cosmic bank, and they're stealing energy from our cosmic debit machine.
Yeah, words are spell actually. There's like 39 planets, and most have internal worlds. Agree.
They do, yeah. I went because Tennessee Bigfoot saying there, I experienced that myself personally. I went into this tree. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was on 11 grams of mushrooms. I was doing as much as possible that most people would not be able to do to access those realms, because I accessed a lot of shit one time. Then I couldn't access it. I got shut off. That's why I said I got kicked out of mushroom world for a while. Then the last time, like I was eating 5 grams, 6 grams, 7 grams, not getting nothing off it. Nothing whatsoever. Since I had that big experience. Like it wouldn't matter. I could eat mushrooms all day and I wouldn't even get anything off it. Then one day, so I quit. I never did them for like 3 or 4 months. Then one day I said, I'm going to get some. And I ate like maybe 1 gram. And I went to lay down, and I got sucked back into this giant tree. Well, beforehand, before I laid down, I was outside, and my great big apple tree was talking to me, right? And it gave me a bunch of information. It started throwing apples at me. Okay, this is gonna sound crazy. I told my wife that. I told my wife that too, but she's like, "You're fucking nuts." The apple tree was throwing apples at me, and I was throwing apples back at it, and it looked like the Cookie Monster. Like it showed me its face thing. So I went and laid down, and I got sucked into a giant root system.
Oh my god!
And I was going up through the tree, and it's like kind of what they were saying. I was going through it, but I was seeing all these different things. I was seeing like we surpassed all the evil spirits here, and then you go further, right? Then you went out to all these other. There's branches where you could go and go to other worlds and stuff. That kind of makes me think. I'm not saying I believe that, but kind of makes me think almost like I talked about Pleiadians and Arcturian stuff before, but now I'm kind of all the way I'm seeing everything nowadays is kind of like the ancient mythology. Like I'm seeing it as the realms in the worlds instead of that way. You know what I mean? I'm seeing like not going to Pleiades, I'm going to Asgard. I'm Niflheim, like, and then I actually have a lot of experiences with the frost giants. Like, okay, why is all these memories coming in now? Is perceiving things different as how I used to before, right? That's why I say we're infinite. We could have experienced this world and another world. They all intertwine somehow. Not sure. I would not never want to put it out and say this is the way it is. So if we are
Yeah,
creator gods, we probably created a lot of things that we were into, right? To experience.
exactly. Yeah, this is like, yeah, all the mushrooms, they form a huge network with all the roots, with all the trees. So yeah, it's
No,
like,
I'm glad you said that because that reminded me about that experience I had.
I love the wood wide web. So yeah, I'm just going
It
through the comments that that we have in the chat.
yeah.
So go ahead. Yeah,
I was just
the
trying to think what else
branches
was coming
connected
in.
to the other
Oh,
world. Yeah,
I've been
go.
seeing a lot of stuff. Like when I shut my eyes, I'll start like not sleeping. I'm just in here now, going to bed. I'll start like before I'm going to sleep, I'll start getting like cloud like things coming at me, and then I'll like start seeing visions. I seen one today. It showed, I don't know if it's a real thing or not, or else we access it in our own mind, but it was going to the underworld. Actually, it was like being on a roller coaster. We're going down out of a building. Then also, I went to complete blackness. Like sometimes I think I'm dead when I go there, but then I come out of the blackness into like a hell-like realm. When I come back, I'm like, okay, that was weird. Why did they show me that? Like, do people go there? I don't know. That was just another thing they showed me. But the day before that, I was shown a picture of a baby angel with wings riding on a dragon's back. Like, I think that one has a lot of importance as well. I think there's a lot of not outer space wars. I think there's a lot of shit going on in the clouds that we don't see.
Hmm.
Almost like if you want to picture like almost like biblical kind of stuff, right? I had one few different not memories of going there in the here and now where I've seen like bodies flying through the air and there's like a big war going on up in the clouds. And there was like dragons and winged human angel beings and all that stuff. What's it Megadeth song, Warring in the Heavens.
Yeah. So if you could share like what was some uh, s- the most intense
Okay.
experience, which entity it was that you really like you remember that it was very intense, or that left you with some sort of
Yeah, that's recent. This one's
emotion.
recent.
So yeah, what that
This one's
what that
recent
was.
and I don't know. This not no, no this ain't an entity. I don't know what the hell this is.
Or
Uh
it's kind of
I was
energy, how it felt.
yeah, it felt fucking good. I seen us as pixelizing and using pixels as energy to shapeshift into whatever we want. It was like
Mhm.
octagonic, crystalline little things that we could look at our arm and it would just pixelize and we would transform and shapeshift into whatever we wanted. And we could shapeshift the whole room just with our thought forms and just maybe that's because we are in a simulation, but we're losing how to crack the code and create our own reality as well. I was shown that 3 times within 1 week. So I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to that. But it was a good empowering feeling. Like I'd look at my arm, almost like Transformers on a Transformers 2.0. We weren't Autobots and cars. We would just pixelize and just human body and transform into whatever we wanted, or else our surroundings. We would change our surroundings.
Mhm. Wow. So could it also be like this pixelation that it's like the mm, say that we are in a digital reality,
Yeah, I was seeing it as not we're not stuck in a simulation, but
like
we
video
can.
game
Yeah,
sort of
well,
thing.
I think the whole universe is that. I think we're all more computerized than what we think. Like I don't know. I
Wow.
don't know what to think of that. But I've been shown that like 3 times now, and but last time I got up, I was like, I was out my hometown on vacation, and I was like telling the wife and everyone like, "Holy shit, this is almost like Pixels. Like, is that like the movie Pixels?" But we weren't really. I don't know. Can't really call it pixels. Like we were like quantize them, and there's not even words I can use. A little 8-sided
Mm-hmm.
things
Could
that
it be?
are like. People say we're gonna upgrade our bodies to crystalline, whatever. Maybe that's it. Maybe we're just. I can see the cellular change of what we are, so we can turn into whatever we want.
Hmm. Yeah, the conversation in the chat is about the trees itself. I love it because recently I I was hugging trees in England, and those were really ancient, really old cedar trees.
Yeah.
And I just each when I feel overwhelmed or heavy energy and I need to really to cleanse and just
Well,
go.
what's funny
That's
is
really that's fantastic.
well, what's funny is we all feel like we need to go to nature to clean ourselves, and we do because we're all brought up in false cities with
It's
silicone-based
very natural
ground
to
that we
us.
walk on. We're disconnected, right? But it's weird because I'm gonna like my kids ain't gonna grow up the way I did. I grew up in the forest, like that's how I grew up. Like me telling stories now is like our great grandparents telling stories. Like I grew up, we had no running water. We our fathers and uncles all get together as clans. We all still to this day, my family land is all uncles and people all the same houses over there. So we had to go. We had to go to the running stream, which our water was drinkable then. Now it's not, huh? Funny when they poisoned it or something, because they got it tested later. But back then we had streams that we could go drink out of the streams. We get a drinking water from there, or we go to the streams, fill up buckets, take it home. I had to boil it on the wood stove because we're building our house that we lived in. Boil it to have baths or whatever. So us as kids, we just played in the woods, built tree houses, and created our own games. So I think that's where a lot of even my cousins and stuff that grew up, they're old, same as my age now. We still get when we get together, we're still kind of like how I mean you were talking. Like it brought people up with that kind of memories, right? Even if you move to the city and do whatever, we still got those memories connected to those woods beings, even though we didn't know they were them back then. Only thing growing up in the woods, I think it was fun, but I was always scared of bears. Didn't want a bear to attack me or coyotes, but other than that, they couldn't. We built a treehouse one time. It was a 4-story treehouse with 2 patios on it. We built it out of poplar trees. Then we went to a place where they tore down an old barn, and we just kept building it. So from 12 years old to I don't know 14, 15, we pretty much stayed in there, slept in the whole time. Right, we had poles that you could slide off of. But it's kind of funny now if you look back at it. It's like what when I think back at my childhood, I just think of the Smurfs. Like were we actually Smurfs or something? Like you know what I mean? Our mentality was that, like having that kind of a outdoor adventurous mentality, and it's. I'm talking loud. My kids are going to hear me talk. So now, what I'm saying now
Well,
is I got to bring kids up into this world that's totally opposite of the way I grew up, and I don't like it one bit. It's all technology, city based, and I don't know
yeah.
what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna have to pack up and move back home because I don't want to. It's already affecting their minds, right? So I don't want to keep this up.
Oh
What
yeah.
do I do? Do I do? Just pack up and move? You know what I mean? Like that's been my mind right now. Like,
Yeah. I mean
and unfortunately, that's how most people's kids are being brought up now,
that
right?
was
Like
great.
we're a wiped out species. When you think about the lights and stuff, they do want to wipe us out because then they can bring up the kids that way. Then there's no more connection to not even. I'm not going to say source connection to Earth, connection to the trees and the adventureness and because when we're doing that, we weren't pretending that we were Conan the Barbarian. We're having memories of being the original root race. You know what I mean? We're playing out those games as kids ourselves in the woods, in the forest. And then
Yes, we are.
then people say, "Oh, that's just using our imagination, our imagination, because we were magical beings and we were accessing that as kids."
That was the best
That's
time.
crazy. So now, like I'm saying, even at work, people like think I'm nuts because I'm acting like a kid. The mind of a child. You gotta enjoy yourselves. I'm working with an old guy right now, and he's kind of like me. I'm like, that's pretty fun. So you know what I mean? Then I'll go work with other people that are just like grumpy adults. Like, get the fuck away from me. Don't want you on my job. You know what I mean? And you can't tell those people anything because some people are so stuck that you never help them, right? But that's their own journey. It's their own journey. We don't have to worry about them. It's their own journey. Like,
if parents are busy with work and chasing money, how they can be raising, kids consciously, and how they
oh my
can be
god! And I don't,
educating them.
and
When metric keeps
I don't
people busy.
complain about it, right? Like the last 2 days,
Work.
I was trying to pay rent out of my last pay. I got to pay out of this one, so I was like, I'm going to work. Didn't eat last 2 days. I'm like, but it's only, you can get through it, right? Like, everything works itself out. Like, you can think, oh, I'm having a bad day. I got no money. You can't eat. Blah blah blah. Next day, it's completely different. I'll just go with the grain of it, right? Like, okay, this is what it is for today. And if people did that, they would realize that things would change a lot. Like I said that earlier, that's my main message. That's what I say. I don't do shows a lot. My main message all the time is it's ourselves, and we all have our own personal experiences. I don't mind talking about my personal experiences, but everyone's having them all the time, right? Everyone could have a show. Everyone go on YouTube and talk about it, and or we could all. We don't need to. That's the thing, right? Like, we're all having our personal experiences every day. We got to connect to that, not to others, not to other personal experiences, or hold others. And there's people that go on YouTube or content creators, and people hold them as gurus over themselves. I'm like, well, no. Like, people get mad at me because I call bullshit a lot of times, right? Like nope, turn it off, go lay down, do your own work. But people don't want to do their own work. That's the thing.
No, like what they
And
ask,
I don't sometimes either, but at least I will. At least I know, and I try. I try. You know what I mean? I don't do it either. Like, oh, not every day. Sometimes I'll go on, I do it. Then, but if you can think to yourself every day, like, oh fuck, I should have just took 5 minutes and did that. Or
it just
that's
takes
all
5
it takes, right?
But some people don't find even those 5-10 minutes to dedicate themselves just to meditate. Just to be still.
I always put videos about daily practices. Like, we're not going to do it daily. We know fucking better that we're not. But as long as it's in your mind that we should, you might remember to do some of it, right? Because it only takes a little bit. Because there is no time, right? So there's no daily whatever. Like tomorrow, if you took 5 minutes and did some self work, okay, that's good. That's good enough for the year. If you think that's good enough for the year, it is. But the more we do it to ourselves, the more we can program the finite mind of thinking. No, it is. But not everybody out there can think this way. Like, you could do it for 5 minutes, and that's good enough for the whole year. Like, really, you don't need to do it anymore. 5 minutes good enough. You already did it. It's in your thought process. It's out there. Your higher selves know. But the people that are completely brainwashed, you know what I mean? Forgot who they are, blocked off from ever remembering. Their astral, their dream time societies are blocked off just from, I'm going to say what they do. I'm not going to get into who controls the earth, but we all know there's something that's keeping people down, right? You can't help them. Like, they have to have their own little aha moment. Like, something will come in and will shed layers and layers and layers upon themselves. They might need to say, okay, I might have to implement. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Like, I know if I want to heal myself, I let myself go for a long time, I got to do it every day. But then once I heal myself, I'm like, okay, I don't need to do it again until I get sick. It's, you know what I mean? You don't have to, because you already know it. It's already in there. It's already in your cells and genes. But other people that are sick all the time, run the doctors, they have no friggin' idea. The doctors have no idea. Doctors don't know a fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like,
they were never taught of these, natural remedies and stuff like that. So how they could have awareness about that if they live in a world of big pharma? They were actually I was there studying general medicine, so I know how they are not really. It's not actually created to heal people. It's created for business.
And that's why I always talk about self-healing a lot, because I had a lot of problems. I healed myself, and it worked right quick.
Yeah.
Not a system, just your mind thoughts, right? Not a system, your mind thoughts. Like, I remember, because any given time of the day, you can have a problem when you go to the doctor, and they'll see it and say, okay, you got a disease, let's prescribe you that. But you can walk out there and say, well, tomorrow I don't have that. That was just today. Maybe I was eating bad food. Maybe I had negative thoughts when I went to the doctor. Then they diagnosed you with something that was just your own thought forms that deceit in your cells because of the vibration within your thoughts. Prescribe you medicine, then And then you get on medication for a long time, and then you're screwing yourself even more when you could have walked out and said, well, tomorrow I'm not going to have that. Right? And I've seen that for myself. They told me I had kidney disease one time. So I went home and said, okay. I said, no, I don't. You know what I mean? So I said, I did things. I was like, oh, well, they say that drinking cranberry juice is good, if whatever, fasting. And I had to go back in like 5 days to get more tests. I went back in. They're like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're fit as an 18-year-old. And when they run all the tests. And that happened twice. When I went in, they said I had lung disease. And I still smoke. But when I went back, it was gone. Now, this is a funny one. I'm still smoking. I've been trying to quit for 40 years, but I just give up. I'm not a quitter. But I smoked. I had bad lungs where I seen these angelic beings come in and heal me 4 times. And it hurt. Like I said, it was physical pain when they actually detached it from me, what was in me. Then the last time they were like getting pissed off, like, how many effing times do we gotta come and heal you over this, right? Because eventually, I don't know. It's hard. Certain attachments are hard to heal ourselves from. Like, they are like, I had my uncle quit smoking with hypnotizing and never smoked for 40 years after that. Just one session. But I don't know if that would work for me or not, but I'd try it. I think I'd give it a go. And I don't want to quit smoking because I think it's bad for you. There's benefits of nicotine and all that. I just don't want to be slave to something that's controlling me, right? Because I am like, I won't go to work if I don't have a vape or cigarettes or something. Like, I don't want that. That's a control system that's controlling me. You know what I mean? One part of my life I'm being controlled of is the nicotine. Like beer or something, I could not have it. I could not drink till 3 weeks from now. But nicotine is like, okay, I need the nicotine. I need my coffee. There is something every day controlling every aspect of my life right there that I would like to get rid of, right? But I can't. But we can.
Yeah.
I was showing ways to do it, but it's fucking stronghold, right? It's a stronghold, and it's stuff that people consider normal. It's not like having a drug addiction. It's not this or that, but it's sometimes we create our own mental strongholds that's stronger than anything out there. But the government makes a lot of money on it, right? So it's not frowned upon.
We have a choice. I mean, there is a lot of stuff that we poison ourselves, that we call them addictions.
Hey, Anchor, I know you had a long show earlier and it's late where you are. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Thank you, Julia, for stopping by. So, yeah, I mean, people have a lot of, coping mechanisms, how to escape or how to.
But you don't think about it, right? I don't think about having a cigarette. I'll be at work. I'll light up a cigarette and smoke it and throw it away. I'm like, oh, why did I even do that? I didn't even want it. It didn't taste good. Like, why am I doing that? Right? So at the time, like, you would think that it's easy to quit, right? Because you're like, I don't even want to fucking smoke that.
Yeah, it's fast exit.
Then later you get that. I don't know. It's a mental thing, that's for sure. Because I don't even like them, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has a choice, but that everything requires some sort of awareness what it does to you, and if you really want to do that, continue, or you want to change and you want to feel better. Yeah, I know that it's not very pleasant, because these are uncomfortable things to say someone, or to even realize that, yeah, I'm poisoning myself, because poisoning is through the mental poisoning and also physical poisoning. And we are living in the time, at most of the stuff from the supermarkets are actually,
if we were using nicotine as how it was originally purposed, it'd be all a good thing, right? Without the nicotine, without all the tire and the carbon dioxide and
they
all
say that it's really good,
because all the ancient masters, they all smoked, right? So, but it weren't controlled like now. Like, then same with our food. Like, you don't need to have that in it. You don't need to have that in nicotine. You don't.
Yeah, because it's really what we consume in all levels. What we consume, what we eat.
And I always tell people too, it's okay to, everyone tries to spiritualize everything. Like, oh, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, you can't drink, you can't smoke. Same time, if you think about it, it's like, just do what you want to do and have a conscious thought about it, right? Don't do too much of anything, because a person can shun somebody for drinking and smoking, but yet they eat McDonald's every day, right? But think they're okay. Like, no, you're not. It's the same thing. It's almost go back to like the 7 commandments. Don't be a glutton. Don't be a drunkard. You can't do one and shun the other, right? Like, Have balance and peace within yourself. You know what I mean? You don't want, like, food addiction is just as bad as anything else. Like, I'm not saying, like, people will say, oh, you can't eat this, can't that. Do it. Have some. And tell yourself you're not going to do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Don't do it tomorrow, but you did it today. And okay, you enjoyed it. You had some, you know, gluttony. You had
Yeah,
some
I mean,
beer. You
really,
had some,
what
but
resonates?
tell
What resonates?
yourself, okay,
I mean, your body knows what you know
yeah.
what is
Like,
is good.
I'll go on, I'll go to the gym and I'll eat good all the time, right? But I'll go on a gigantic junk food bender myself once in a while. Then I say, okay, I did it. I put it over here. Now I'm just going to go back to not doing it.
Yeah, I
You don't have
mean,
to think
really,
about it too
it's
hard.
not
Like,
like I'm not like judging. It's just like really, we are all really so unique. Everybody is different, you know.
that's what
Each
Maya
body.
said. Don't beat yourself up after a solution.
So that's why
They
just
are looking for.
say yeah. I mean, like, what can we do?
And
Not
that
everyone
happens. That happens a
wants to
lot.
be farmer,
It
or
happens to me.
to grow on food. But I'm just saying, yeah,
Yeah. My thing is, like, I went on a big, like, another party bender a few weeks ago, and then the Monday mornings, it's like, what are these entities in my head trying to make you depressed and all that shit, right? So it is hard. People get on that, and at least I know. I'm like, okay, I got to get rid of them. But people are living with that every day and think that's them themselves. They allow those spirits to control them, right? And they're not really themselves anymore. That's why people say, I seen that person change or this person change, and they didn't change. They're not themselves. They didn't change. They got taken over. But I'm seeing all that. I can see it in other people. I can cast them out of myself, and I see them over here, right? Like, that's where all these entities are coming from that I'm seeing all the time. Like I said earlier, we create them all, but we create them all,
yeah.
then we see the ones that from the, we call them past, but they were
I
with
agree
us
with
at
you
other
because
timelines.
it's
There's just
good.
so much. You can't call everything bad. Like,
No, I
maybe
mean,
that
it's
demon was with you back in Earth Exile 12 and another timeline creation that was your friend, right? Then knew enough, so they made him stay here for 12,000 years and called him a demon, but it's actually a person trying to help
just
us.
teaching us
I'm like,
everything.
I don't care. It's names.
Teaching.
It's names, right? Names and titles don't mean nothing. To me, it's like, okay, I had a good thought. I'm not gonna say who. Okay, maybe that bad person told me it or a good person. But if it helps me, I'm like, okay, that, that's a good thing because it's something that helped me on my own journey or
It's
in the here and now.
everything is a mix because we are like, if
We were
we
them.
use the holistic approach, body, mind, and soul, right? There is always physical, organic component to the things, but there is emotional part as well because this time we live is pretty stressful. So that's why it's important to detox and just to do really what resonates with you, what makes you really feel good, to do the self-care, self-work.
I call
Simple as
self
that.
work just. Most of the self work for me is just waking up and saying,
Yeah, to
I'm
have
going
some
to
routine.
do. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I
Do
don't
the
care what other people think.
qigong.
I don't care what other people think. You know what I mean? That's the main message. But I'm like, yeah, like, what helps me too is like doing that stuff. But at the same time, your mental space is helping because we're in the here and now. We have to embrace the 3D
Yeah,
life structure that we live in. Then you got to go back and say, breathe for 10 minutes, you know, clear your mind out, your thoughts, do the stuff I talk about. But besides that, we are here in this body that we have to go out and deal with other people. You got to have that kind of, I can do what I want, don't give a shit mental attitude. Because New Age taught us to just be, oh, love and light, walk away. Like, no, you got to be a warrior. That's why I say be a warrior in ancient times. If I have someone at
it's
work
not.
coming over to me, I'm not going to sit back and go, oh, no negativity. Okay, spiritual brother, you're mad at me. I was like, no, you're attacking me. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Then you're going to learn your lesson in this life and take that back when you go to the other side. You know what I mean? Don't act like that. We have to be warriors. Like, I would not say go do that, but if someone's attacking you, yes, you have to. We have to be ancient samurai or ninja here because we're told not to. You know what I mean? The whole world is like, there wouldn't be no violence because you don't go fight with people over nothing reason. But if you have someone attacking you, you don't want to just be set back and say, oh my God, I'm going to let you rob me. I'm going to let you take all my stuff because the government's telling me that. Like, that's why they're bringing up Canadians. That's why all my kids raised in this because they're teaching the whole society now that some bricks and houses lay down, let them take what you want. You know what I mean? They're taking their guns and teaching non-self-defense. And I was brought up in a world of Chuck Norris, so my thoughts are a lot
Oh,
different than the younger people nowadays, right? It's weird. The world's going
I
absolutely
love those
insane.
jokes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you've got frozen.
Am I still frozen?
So Jay is on my side, frozen.
I'm moving here. I see myself moving.
I don't know.
I don't know
Yeah,
if anyone in chat says I'm frozen or not.
frozen, but you're back.
Okay, I'm
Great.
here.
Yeah, I just say Mia wrote balance.
Yeah.
TKBS as well. We all aim to actually somehow restore balance.
What does it say? You can be your own ascended master, but don't be a victim at the same time. Right?
No, you can't be the creator, like conscious, deliberate creator, when you are in the victim mode. It's not working actually.
I talked about it so many times that I don't really want to get into a lot of stuff I talked about before, but a lot of it holds true meaning to myself, right? Everyone has their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I seen the world as our dimensional construct is flipped upside down, and we're supposed to go to the first dimension and then exit and flip back up to base reality. Like maybe that has sense, maybe it don't, but I've seen that way many times as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was me that was frozen. Okay, fine. and I saw you. So okay, sorry for that, but it should be okay now. Okay.
I keep saying the same thing over and over. Yeah, it's all about your
nothing new.
godlike self. Be a kid. You know what I mean? I think the whole meaning is be like act like your old 7-year-old self and have imaginary friends, and you don't have to tell everybody. You don't have to tell other people if they don't believe you. Just in your own mind, go about your day like Smurf songs. You can enjoy yourself, and even at work, you can enjoy yourself at work. You can enjoy yourself when you're broke, because it's only going to last for that what we call a day. The next day changes. I think that's my main message. I said that 100 times tonight. That because it's coming back to me so much over and over. The rest of it, you can do whatever self-work you want. It all helps. It's the mental spot. Yeah. And the more you do it, the more you get, the more you're healthy in your mind, your body's going to follow as well, right? But you can't. It goes both ways. Like I don't think a lot of people have that free mind space, though. That's the thing. That's why I put out what I'm teaching to teach people, because they all are eating too much food, doing this and that, and they do need to work on the body. It's weird because what I've been doing lately, I haven't been going to the gym at all, like in the last month. And in my mind, I'm saying, okay, I'm doing the work and I'm doing this and that. In the last 4 weeks, I got in better shape than I did ever going to the gym. And I haven't even been going. And I'm like, okay, this shit is like freaking me out, like how powerful our minds are. Like it's insane how powerful our minds are, and they are very powerful when they're not hijacked.
Create with your mind. Everything starts.
We hijack ourselves. I keep talking about hijacking, like we mostly hijack ourselves, right? To other people's thought forms, and that's why I always said the morning works best, because you're waking up early, connect the dream time. Because if I get up and don't turn on Facebook, I don't turn on anything, it's like there is nothing but me in the silence, right?
It's time consuming and it sucks the energy, really.
Most people don't have the silence for 5 seconds, right? So if you don't even have to do what I say, just if you get up before anything and because we breathe because we don't breathe, we're gonna die. So you could just walk outside for a minute and whatever, don't do anything. So, then start your day. That's even good enough, right? Like I'm trying
pretty simple.
Yeah, it is.
Just
wake up because I have no time to do what I'm teaching, so I just do that. Okay, in my mind space. Okay, nothing's. I'm before world chaos. I am, but nothing's going on. Walk out the kitchen, make a coffee. I'm taking that 2-minute space, right?
Yeah,
there's nothing interfering with me right now. So you're not going to allow it to interfere all day because you already created that unconsciously. You already created that within your field. You don't have to go out and sing Kumbaya and work on your chakras because you just did it. You just did it, right?
Yeah. So what would you recommend people? Like some daily routine to establish. In the morning when you wake up. What is like
just
something simple, how to actually restore well-being, balance, how to be
whatever I
person?
think just whatever I just said. I think
Yeah.
because everyone has their own thing, right? Like, not everyone has time either, but I don't have time to do my own things. But if I had my own time, I would just breathe for 5 minutes in the morning, in for 5, out for 5, or whatever, in for 4, out for 6, just for 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes if you want to. Just like, you know what I mean, do that. But if I wanted, okay, if I wanted to get back to having my body more upgraded than what I am right now, I would do some things like I would do the breathing, I would bounce, jump up and down, or whatever, activate your chi, because we're so reliant on just getting up and having a coffee, like what I just said I do. But if you get up, just bounce on your toes or jump up and down, dance, take 2 minutes, you're actually activating the cells in our body, right? Just by moving.
Mhm.
So you're gonna, yeah, just do it in the morning, 2 minutes, whatever you like to do. I do a lot of that because I do qigong and martial arts, but I haven't been doing it lately. But yeah, just we get back on what I think is important. Oh, for myself, and if you want to do it too, I would just breathe for 5 minutes in the morning, get up, bounce around, move. That's about it. That's enough to break off the conditioning from the day before and activate your chi, the intelligence of your body. And you had 5 minutes of just breathing without looking at emails and talking to other people and people at work and absorbing their energies. So you already connected the Dreamtime Society for 5 minutes. You can do more. There's lots of stuff you can do, but I'm just saying, in a busy society, which I am involved with right now, with running job sites and all that, and I don't have time. That that is enough that you need. It is.
Mhm.
It's all you need. Definitely, it's just that little bit of time. But the more that you want to do work on yourself, of course, more time's better. Same as going to the gym. You can get results in 10 minutes, or else you can get a little better, faster results if you stay for 50. Right? Just one of those things.
What's your
But
favorite
any
chicken?
minute is good. Any minute is good to break outside of the cycle of absorbing other people's energies and all the shit that's attached to us all the time. Right? That's enough to break any of it. Like, it's so simple. It's stupid. It's so simple. It's stupid. I'm gonna
What?
mark that up as a course for $444 and sell it. You know what I mean? And call
Yeah.
myself the akashic soul retrieval wizard master. And people would buy that, you know that, but they wouldn't take simple information for free, which I don't care. It's good. It's good for them. You know what I mean? It's good for them.
What do
It's
you
good for
think?
me. What's good for them
What
is good for
about
me.
qigong? Qigong, like what would you
Uh,
like? What would you recommend to others from qigong? What they could practice
well, a lot of
for their
people,
well-being?
let's say it, a lot of people resonate with it and a lot of people don't, but I found it for me personally, it helped a lot. Like I said, I healed myself with a lot of things with it. And uh, I think traditional Qigong is great, but I think it's too much to learn for the normal person. There's too much crap in it that's not needed. And the way the stuff I learned that my father did from the courses he got, unfortunately, the people that teach us are charging a shitload of money for it, which is stupid. So that's why I'm in trying to put stuff out for free for people because I don't like they want. If I wanted to take the master level healer from this course, it's like almost like people are paying tens of $1,000s for this stuff to get a title attached to themselves, which is absolutely bullshit. You know what I mean? So that's why I like don't have no masters or gurus above yourself, because that is not needed. Once we have a certificate on the wall and we call people clients, we're no better than a doctor. We got to treat people as people, not clients. We're not a practice. We don't practice on people. We're using our inner loving heart space that heals ourselves and others all the time, right? And I don't want to say that to piss people off that took courses, because I did myself too. I'm just saying that we have to get further past that, right?
I think so. So your qigong exercises, it's like created by you, yeah. So it's like
Well, people can make it. The way I'm doing it is I tell people to make it their own thing. I don't even want to call it qigong. I don't even want to use that word anymore, right? I
okay,
just call it energy within yourself. The
energy
chi,
exercise.
like chi energy, people got prana, just the word, right? That we have our own intelligence inside of our body. So I want to drop labels altogether, right? We just go and say, okay, I work with the intelligence within myself. If I'm saying go like this, that's just movement. I'm picturing energy coming out. You can go like this, or you can not do anything. That's just to help you visualize, right? Just don't mean nothing. Anyone can walk down the road doing that. It's like, okay, I am working with heart energy. You can say that to yourself. I'm working with my, you don't have to say chi. I'm working with the intelligence of my own body, working with heart energy. I'm visualizing, you know what I mean? Visualizing, having imaginary friends like when we were kids. Visualization is imagination. Then you all of a sudden, you can say to yourself, I can feel that energy. It doesn't matter what I told you to do. You were just making that up. Now you're starting to feel the warmth and tingling. You're like, I just created that myself. It's not a system because I visualized it. I go back to what I said 100 times. Using my imagination, imagination, because we're magical beings. It's like, that's not a system. That's not qigong. That comes from here. That comes from me. I just created that. So if I'm saying, okay, we're balancing yin and yang, you don't have to do that. You can say, because we do have two opposites. You can call it unbalance and masculine and feminine, unbalance this side, that side, whatever you want. But once you start feeling it, you say, well, I'm just working with my own energies. Maybe this side's unbalanced with this side's. Maybe whatever's up in the east of there is unbalanced with this side. It's not a system, right? See, that's why I say make it your own, whatever you want. Like yin and yang, that's a Chinese word, and I'm English. I don't have to call it that either. Like you don't have to do that. You can just say, okay. You can just say, move your hands this way. Whatever. You're just making your own up, right? And breathing. You can breathe into your heart or the solar plexus, and your cells now, because you are the owner of this body, like so your cells are listening to what you're saying. I like using movements because it helps me visualize, right? You could lay down in bed and just do it in your mind if you wanted to, but for me, personally, if I'm saying I want to heal my lungs, I'll say I'm breathing energy into the lungs. Exhaling smoke leaving the body as negative energy. So it's my own thought of how I'm doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could teach you this way, but you might just sit there and say, I'm just going to bring energy into my lungs. Exhale. Same with the Lemurian stuff that I put a video on channel. They just said all you got to do to yourself is move your hands because you're just making it up. You're bringing energy in, turn it the other way, taking energy out. And they knew that back when they were more connected to organic. They called it organic AI back then. Connected to the trees and Earth Mother more. It was just around us. It was all around us. You just reach out in the ether, grab it, right? Holy shit, I just made a video about the Earth Dragon. I made that up on spot when I was teaching that because I was trying to channel to do it. Because we're moving to this realm and then you just had to use the dragon claws and you just like grasp it and then bring energy from outside that realm and put it back into yourself. And that's going to connect us more to the earth.
Yes,
I can go back and watch some of those because I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I did. I just got inspired and I go channel to go make a video on a certain thing. And I have to go back and watch it because I'm like, well, I wouldn't be able to show anyone that because I didn't even know what the hell I did. That's kind of told me to do it.
Yeah.
Interesting for sure.
Yeah. Check Jay's channel. It's a lot of free content.
Yeah, I don't have much going on there. Like I've been just not.
You have some good healing there and some.
Actually, you know why I'm not putting out stuff because I don't need to. Like I don't need to put stuff out. I got one thing I made up and I put it on there called the Wheel of Light, and everyone can heal themselves from anything with that. So I don't need to put anything else out there. I only need that one video to actually teach people anything, right? Not even teach them, for them just to learn their own way to do it. Like I'll call it teaching for people that got problems that can't do it for themselves. Then you are teaching, right? Then you can take it away. But people are too lazy. I had people say to me, "Can you heal me from this and that?" I'm like, "Well, probably, but why don't you just go watch the video and use your own mental power and clear yourself out?" No, too lazy, right? Like I put a video that tells people how to heal themselves for good. I might get like 30 views. You know what I mean? Like, no, people don't really want to heal themselves, but they would rather go to somebody that's famous on YouTube and say, pay them hundreds of dollars and say, heal me, when they don't heal them because they can't. Because it's all in here. Anyone can heal anybody. Like I can heal you right now by smiling, by laughing.
Okay, right? I suggest so.
And sometimes when I had people that had really problems, like that needed, you have to do some things to make them more connect, right? So I will do like, okay, moving energy, because you have to make them connect, right? Because some people ain't going to connect good enough by me just saying, okay, we're connected. You know, put your hand up. You make anything you want to. You're healed. It's that easy, right? But some people need that you're working on them. They let them connect to it because they're not quite ready to know that they don't need that. If that they don't make any sense, right? So it's kind of why I don't do readings or healings for anybody anymore, because I want people to because everyone's coming into it now. Everyone's awakening as their own healer. We're not going to need anybody to do this, right? Every day, as we are, I'm not even going to call the word shifting. It's we are waking up all together and accessing the original up. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to use words because words are words, right? I don't want to say grids or gates or anything because that's got so popular nowadays that they're being hijacked so bad that we don't need to know that. It's we already know it. We just got to remember it, right?
Exactly.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
we have.
people say, "Oh, how do you remember?" It's going back into more heart space together, and then we do bring it. We're not waiting for them to save us; they're waiting for us to go back into heart space and talk like this and remember together, and that's what they want us to do. And we don't because we're too busy. We're too busy, right? And we're too busy like listening to
Well,
all that bullshit disclosure stuff and work, world government, whatever
everyone has a choice, you know. I mean,
they do.
where you focus your attention.
And that's why I don't care anymore. Like I don't try to wake people up. Like it's everyone has their own journey, right? We don't
Yeah,
need everyone. We don't need people want to. Some people are here to stay here, right? That was their journey. But there is a lot of us. That, that's what I say. Nothing new when it's said. A lot of us are those beings from over and over. We just kept coming back, come back, come back. We there's
there's divine
we're.
timing
I
here,
always say this. I said this 100 times.
right?
Shows we're not all trying to escape here and not ever come back. On the other side, there's a whole whack of us that were lined up to come back because we didn't finish our mission. Right? We knew that we'd forget, and we have a soul family on the side that never come here. They could be our guides or whatever, but a lot of us ain't don't escape. We're like, okay, we never finished our mission. We never woke up enough of our memory to help the other person. Like you could be like all these people in chats. We could all have been our own rebel group one time years ago, right? We want to access those memories so we come back as fast as we can. It's not like we escaped or don't want to come back. We come back fast as we could because like we never finished our mission. So
No, yeah.
we're back as fast as we can, and it's lined up. Right? There's not every soul can come here because a lot of these what we call higher races ain't strong enough to come here. They ain't got the
Oh,
soul template in DNA because we have DNA in our soul too, not just the body. They're not, so that's what I say. We're humans go where angels fear to tread. We are the strongest of the strongest. And we got to wake up and realize that we are not victims to all, right? But we get we allow other beings to take over us, so we become victims. Like the crow in the movie, the victims, aren't we all? Right? We realize that we're not 1 degree separation from each other and source, right? And it goes crazy. There's lots of horror things going on here. Of course, everything you can imagine is true at the same time. So that's why I just take it with a grain of salt. Like I said earlier, wave, what are you guys entities doing? Oh, you tapped me again last night. Okay, better luck this time. Hope I wake up next time. I'll beat the shit out of you. You know what I mean? We don't have to be scared. Fears. We're always like when I go to the astral, like, the only thing that keeps us sucked into all these other horror timelines or it's all like fear based, right? People have astral attacks. Like mine's not fear based. It's could be ancient fears. I don't know, but belief systems. People have astral. Like the Bible talk, astral travel was the devil trying to get you. So people have out of bodies. Like, oh my god, it was the devil, right? You know what I mean? Or you just have no
that's
fear of it. I have fear of not coming back, right? So then I get
that's
stuck out in void space. There's no entities, but I get attacked by weird entities. That's the thing. Oh, there's like 2 here, 3 now, but I don't know if they're good or bad, right? So they could be good ones, or they could be coming in.
comments.
I said this earlier. A lot of them ain't even bad. They were our brothers and sisters on different timelines that are fucking with us. So we got to realize that. And it's yeah, that's the most. I wish I could record my own thoughts sometimes. Like I'm like, okay, I should have thought of that for a show, but it's not show worthy because it's not the norm. You know what I mean? It's not in the click. It's not this or that. So I don't talk very much. And I reached out to you actually because I was like, we should do a show so we could just shoot the shit again like we did in other shows. And that's great.
Of course, we can do just on a certain topic because I mean now we covered a lot of them, and actually I'd like to ask if anyone wants healing or reading, so we
No,
can
I
do.
think I don't know
What
if
do
you
you think? Do you want, or we just keep going? We keep talking.
well, I think I was gonna say I was gonna wrap it up. I think
Okay,
we
so
went for well, we've been going for a long time.
okay, that's
Just
great.
because just because I will talk about cool stuff, but I'm gonna be rambling a lot and I just think it's no. I just kind of get messages like
Thank you for that
I gotta,
handling your
I gotta.
magic.
No, I could talk about many things, but I gotta shut up. Okay, if that makes any sense, I gotta just
No,
not
I
talk
mean
a lot right
you
now.
can share the stuff out, or you know, if you like, what else is there that you would like to mention before we actually finish?
No, I think I said everything I think that meant was important at the time. Be yourself, right?
Yeah, I think that's 100%. What's I
Be
think the
yourself,
most.
not your outside thoughts becoming your inner world. Because I see my outside thoughts all the time. We got to learn how to differentiate, whatever you call that. Them.
Differentiating.
Because I'll see them now, right? I'm like, that's not my thoughts. Okay, don't let that get my space.
Yeah, you said it.
Like
You
you got
just
to
said
be be the director of yourself. I had to take myself out of myself to be the director and watch myself of what's invading me, right? Like, okay, that's not my thought. Like, okay, get out. You're not in the movie. Okay, or can direct myself. I got to direct myself, so it's not the outside world telling me. I'm not gonna get mad at somebody because someone cut me off on the road. Now I'm like outside of myself, looking at like I wouldn't want to act that way. Why am I acting that way? So I stop myself before it happens. Because then we become a product of not our own thoughts, right? Now I'm a product of someone else's bad day that's creating my bad day.
yeah,
Same
just
time,
love
I'll
it.
absorb
They
them sometimes. I just gotta brush it
focus
off.
on
Like
it.
you motherfucker, right?
It's
Brush it off
always
and
good
laugh about it.
with you to have you on. I mean, it's a lot of positive feedback in the chat, as you can see. So it's like really.
Yeah, find your triggers and repair them. Exactly. Once we realize after a while that we don't really have a lot to repair. Hey, really, like you know, that's like we do have a lot of it. What one day we realize that we don't,
We're not broken.
but
We
we need a lot of repair because we think
remember.
we think time goes on, right? We think we're healing the past when actually we're not. We're just healing the soul here because the soul don't know the difference between 52 million years ago or else here it's in us because outside of here there is no time. It's only us that think of time. So we don't really have to heal all that ancient stuff. We heal ourselves. We heal it all because soul knows no difference in time or space, right?
Right.
Source knows nothing of time, and we are that. I guess that's always my main message all the time, every time.
No,
It's
I
that.
love your
And at the same
approach.
time, people, if you having any attacks and all that shit, have fun with it because really we're more powerful than them. They're just fucking around with us. Then we
I
think
just
it's
love your
because we'll think
Pleiadian.
it's something, right? Like we'll say, "Oh, it's because we're in a program, we're in that, and blah blah blah." Well, yeah, true, that's happening, but
I love your Pleiadian energy. You know that child energy that is coming through you. It's really
on
awesome.
the other side, we're not that. Here, yeah, maybe that's going on. The things are going on, but outside of here, we're more real than here, right? And uh, I think a lot of things are. I'm gonna shut up now. I gotta go. A lot of things that we're told about on the other side is false. Like we're not trapped. It's not all evil shit on the other side. It's not. It's only here, right? Because I've been over there a lot on the other side. It's about that. And how come every person that has a near death experience never talks about the bad things, right? They always see good things. But then here they're saying, no, no, that's a light, false light, whatever. That
Hmm?
cycles in and returns back. And it can be that and it cannot be. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. I went through that before. Like, you can recycle back. It doesn't mean they have to lose from us. We can say, okay, I'm going back as to be a trickster now. And you know what I mean? We're taking them down from the inside. We use their
Hmm.
construct to bring them in. Or else we I call it if we want to call ourselves starseeds, I'll go that be another show. We incarnated through the back door of incarnation to come here. We incarnated, not reincarnated, right? That's been taken down a long time ago. Anyway, we're just a bunch of loose farming pieces of shit. That's how all the people, spiritual people, want us to think of ourselves right now, and that's not true, not one whatsoever. Okay, I do gotta go. And Slavka, you froze.
Really? I see myself like, okay,
No,
so,
you froze, or maybe I froze in time when I was saying that.
well, that's just, confirmation.
Yeah.
Everything is, it's just,
Oh, that's another experience. I was taking the garbage out last weekend and I froze in time. That was one glitch I seen here in this reality. Like I
it's
say, I
like,
don't know what this reality is. Stuff I talk about could be absolute bullshit. But I was
yeah,
carrying my
look.
garbage out. No, I was carrying my garbage out and I went to throw it and I got frozen like this. Like the whole world stopped. But my
Mm-hmm.
mind never stopped. I'm like, okay, why am I frozen? And I kind of looked up with my eyes and the clouds opened up and a big face appeared in the clouds and it was funny. It was my father's face. And I was like, that's cool. I never thought that would happen in
Yeah.
a million years of my life. But
Hey there. Yeah, I see a lot
and
of
since
faces.
then, I've been seeing, I will see stuff in the clouds since that day. Like I usually don't. Well, I used to when I was younger, but now I'm like seeing all kinds of stuff in the clouds all the time, like faces, mostly dragon faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they show
Okay.
up.
I do. I do got to go this time. I'll keep rambling. We can do another
Jay,
rambling. We can talk about other stuff another time
yeah,
because
let me please know when you're free. We
I
can
don't know
do
what to talk about.
another
Like I
show.
don't
Yeah.
like I say I could go to the bathroom and I'll just like have like a lot of shit to talk about will come in my mind, right? And say, oh well, I won't remember that, but
It's
I gotta
okay.
make.
It's okay, Mia. Don't worry. It's
Let's say they should
okay.
come up with a new device instead of voice recorder, a mind recorder. So when you're sleeping, you could put that out there and listen to it, so you don't forget it, right? Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
write down
invent that.
your
Have to invent that up.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys. You're awesome. I love the chat today and I
Yeah,
love
thank
the
you guys in the chat for coming. It was a good chat.
conversation.
Yeah, it's nice always talking, and it's nice always talking with you, Slavka, and me and your ancient memory as a Swall family being.
Yes, I think so. We're a soul family.
We all are.
Back in time, in some life in the chat, you mentioned that maybe we were like, together, some, wife
We
and husband. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what I always say. Not all meetings are by chance. Every meeting is sacred. Even meeting people down the street, walking the street, whether good or bad experience. You know what I mean? The person you see working at the 7-Eleven, having a bad mood. I
There are
just
no
smile.
coincidence.
I just smile at them because what we're doing is they're in our path for a reason, right? We Same as I say, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm on a spiritual path." I said, "No, we all walk. We're all on a path, and we are spirit beings, so we're all on a spiritual path." So the more that you smile and help other person just by smiling at them, like if you're having a bad day, you are bringing back their soul shards back, right? Because you're
Hmm.
an ancient person, not ancient. Just I was use that just for words. Like you were a part of someone in the past that just broke a code by smiling at them, making them have a good day. Then the next
Yes,
person comes in, and we do that. The more we do that, we're bringing soul retrieval back to ourselves because we're all soul family here. I mean, nothing to do under the sun. I always say. So we're always doing that. You don't have to pay someone hundreds of dollars. Say, "Oh, I'm doing soul retrieval," blah blah blah. No, we're doing it by smiling at each other and having a good day because we are our
hmm
soul. We're all maybe like soul fragments and stuff. I can talk about another time, but we're all bringing them back to ourselves by connecting. Yeah, break the program.
Yeah, so Jay, go smoke. Let me know if you need tobacco seeds. Grow your own. Love
Yeah, I do
it.
need to go have a cigarette. But anyway, I gotta go because I'm gonna keep. I could ramble forever. I know you might want me to, but I was like, I actually gotta go. I gotta go have a
I
cigarette,
really
use the
enjoyed it
bathroom,
today.
and shut up for a while. I gotta.
I enjoyed it. I love that
No, me
feeling.
too. Me too. I enjoyed the show a lot. Look at me. I don't do shows a lot, but I did one with Anchor and I enjoyed it a lot. And I loved the show. It was a great show. Great talking. I hope I didn't talk too much. I get on tangents. And I think me and Maya is going to do another show next week. We haven't done one in a month, so we'll do one. And that'll be a great show too. So, and Slavka, I'm always ready for another part 5. And I say part 2. Can't have part 2 of this because we already did part 1, 2, 3, and 4. But we'll do like part 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I am actually going to go this time.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Good night.